Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you these personalised little treat bags. Now, at my recent trip to On Stage, on the day before On Stage, we actually had a lovely little crafting afternoon with the lovely Sam Hammond, who is Pootles, and I always remember from my very first one that she was telling me how her boys love to, as soon as she gets home, wants to know what swaps she's got and what treats they can have out of them. And so I kind of started from then to just make them their own little swaps and their own little treats, so they'd actually got something for themselves. And I generally try and put their initials on them so that they have their own boxes as well. Now I know that perhaps the older ones don't massively appreciate it, but I still like to do it all the same, and I actually did a couple of extra ones as well this time for Caroline Helvey and Amanda Charlesworth's children, although Amanda's isn't really a child, bless her. But anyway, one of the ladies commented on her blog post, a YouTube video, sorry, saying could she have the dimensions for these because they were perfect for, I think it was her son who was going to university and wanted some treats or something to someone. And so I thought, well, okay, I hadn't done a tutorial, but seeing as somebody's asked for one, I may as well do one. They are super cute. These ones house 8 mini dime bars, and there is probably a bit room for maybe 2 or 3 more. But they are really handy, they're really useful. Obviously as the sides slope in, they're not that big, so they don't actually hold that much, but I'll show you how I made them. So, you need to start off, as a lorry goes past, as always, you need to start off with a sheet of cardstock that is 10.5 by 9 inches. So sadly you do need a sheet of 12 by 12 for this. Hence me using in colours, because they obviously come in a pack and you can get, my mind escapes me how many you get of each one, but you generally get a selection of each colour. Hence me using Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist and lovely Tranquil Tide. So 10.5 by 9, so that's 27 by 23 centimetres. So on your 10.5 side, you need to score at 3 inches, 5 inches and 8 inches. So that's 9, 13 and 21 centimetres. Turn it round so that you've got your 9 inches across the top, and we're going to score at 3 and 6 inches, which is 9 and 18 centimetres. Fairly simple measurement, thank goodness. And then obviously we do the usual. Don't forget that we do have some amazing offers still in our clearance rack, and also in the seasonal items that are going. So have a look, pop over. There are some amazing things still in there, so go and have a look. Don't want to miss out. So the treat bags that I did for Sam's boys, I actually used the large letter stamp, sorry, Letters for You, and I did actually stamp their initial on the cardstock before I scored it. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. I haven't done it on these just because I don't really need to show you how to decorate stuff. It's really how to make them. And to be honest, when I made these ones plain, I actually quite like them plain too. So it's whatever you feel up to. But if you want to stamp the letters on, that's what I've used, is Letters for You. So once you've scored and folded and burnished all of your score lines, you'll have something that looks like this. So what you need to look for is you're going to have sort of, if you go down this central part here, you've got a square, a narrow, a square, and then not quite a full square, because if you fold this piece over upon itself, it's slightly short. So this is your lid, the bit that folds over here. So let's start at the bottom, and you need to cut up along the centre piece. So cut across there, then we're going to trim this off because I don't need all of it, and then just create those little wedges, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So cut down the side of your square, give it a trim, and then cut off those little wedges. Now keep hold of one of these because I used my cut off to do my letter. I did stamp this one and cut it out. I actually think I prefer the solid colour. You could stamp onto tone on tone, so you could stamp lemon lime twist onto the card or tranquil tide, but as I say, I'm trying to keep it a little bit simpler. So that's what your bottom should look like. Not your bottom, the bottom of your cardstock. So we're then going to spin it round. So we now have the top facing us, and we're going to cut again down the middle, but we're actually going to cut down 2 pieces. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we're going to cut all the way down. Then we're going to, you basically want to cut away this piece and then trim this piece. So you're cutting away those 2 pieces. Cut those wedges. And then the same the other side. So you're going to trim that bit and then cut your wedges. Now this actually, I've cut this a little bit wonky, so we'll see how this pans out. So keeping hold of that, let's just clear a bit of this mess out of the way. Right, so this is now what you should be left with. So you've got the whole of the centrepiece in play, and then just these 2 side panels and your 2 extra bits there. Before we do any more, this top piece, I'm going to bring in my gift bag punch board, and I'm lining this edge up here with this line here. So this will also show whether you've cut in a straight line or not. So you can do that. Now you can either come this side with it and line this side up, or you can simply flip it over and do the same again, making sure that your line is straight. Give it a good press out the way. Now you will notice, as with mine, that I've got these couple of ugly bits, and all I simply did was I just took my scissors, I held them along where the cut is, and I just simply rounded it myself. Simple as that. And then as you see, you've got that nice curved bit at the top there. So now we need to just simply put it together. So just grabbing my fuse, and obviously you just need to add adhesive to your tabs here. And then, as always, we just fold them up, I suppose, into a box style. So again, just bring in the front and the back up. So that's just going onto there, and then that one onto there. And then I simply laid it flat, twist it over and just press those sides down. So this is what you're left with. And then you simply need to just push the middles in and squeeze it to the back. You might need to give these a bit of a smooth rub to help them fold. But once you've got that in there, obviously this is where your lid comes over. So let's pop our chocolates in. So 1, 2, 3, 4 I put in like that at the bottom, and as you can see it's a little bit of a dark one. Let me try it that way. You could pretend, I'm just trying to get the angle right, there you go. You could maybe get another 1 or 2 in there. So that's for the bottom, and then, oh my days, come on, just 4 more on top, which didn't stay as they should have done. Once you've got it like that, as I said, you can squeeze it, pop that down, and that is your box nice and full, and they don't actually shake around either. You then need a good length of baker's twine or ribbon, whichever you're using, and obviously I'm still holding this tight. So you find roughly the centre, pop your twine on, and then that's not going to work. Let's try that again. So make sure you've got enough at one end. There we go. And then just wrap the other bit round. Do you know what? Let's just start again because I clearly don't have enough twine there. As I said, a generous amount of twine. Right. So make sure you've got enough at the top for tying up, and then just simply wrap it round many times as you want. That's about 4 or 5 times. And obviously now, because that twine's wrapped round, I don't have to hold it because it remains shut because that twine's held it shut. And then I just simply tied as I do, back to front, tie my bow on the top, which again, as I know, just won't look anything like a half decent bow because it never does. And then as usual you have a fiddle, and it all then just goes horribly wrong. No, but there we go, that'll do, I'm not messing. Trim some tails off there, and there's your box, and then obviously you just need to decorate it. So I have some silver foil sheet here and the starburst punch, which I just want to punch that one out there. I then have my 2-inch circle punch and some Whisper White, and then I have my scrap piece of Tranquil Tide there. So I need my dimensionals, so I'm going to pop just 2 on this one, either side, because this is going to sit either side of the twine. And then I want to put 3 on this one, just because I want that to be a bit more sturdier. Flip that over and pop this on. And again, it doesn't matter where your dimensionals sit on this, as long as they're on there. That's not exactly central, but it's not bad, not bad. Okay, so I'm going to pop those all to one side because I need to bring in my large letter framelits, and let's go with a J for my husband, being as I've made 2 for the kids there. Bring in my Big Shot, and as I say, if you were going to stamp this, then obviously you'd be lining up your stamp with the letter. I'm not, because I'm trying to be a bit quicker for you, hence me just doing it this way. Move that out of the way. Dirty Big Shot again, needs a clean. Don't tell anyone. So there's my letter, there's my circle. Make sure you've got these either side, because I did some and didn't realise and sort of did it a bit wonky, and then it's not going to sit either side of the twine. So sit that down so that you're happy with where it is. I want some of my mini dimensionals on here, which fit perfectly. And I'm not going to actually put any more on than that because I don't need to. You can if you want. Remembering that my 2 dimensionals are either side, pop my letter on in the centre-ish, and then simply pop this over your twine. And I think these are lovely. They're ideal for party favours. You know, if you were going to town, maybe for wedding favours, if you had you know, if you wanted to spend the time doing personalised wedding favours, they would be ideal. Those bags of dime, what did I do with them? I'm sure you've all seen them. Just grab my chocolate drawer out. That sounds like I have a huge drawer, I actually don't. But these, I just got these from IKEA. There's obviously a lot in there. I don't know exactly how many because I don't count them all, and there's still quite a few in there. Don't tell my son. But you can get quite a lot. I mean, as I say, I filled these and I filled 5 others, and there's still all of those in the bag. So yeah, I filled quite a few. And so yes, as I said, these are super cute for party favours, wedding favours, for kids, for Easter, for party gifts, anything really. They're just really good and really handy. And I hope that that has helped the lady that asked for the tutorial. Anyway guys, these are still there, are in colours. They are going to be around for another 12 months thereabouts. So yeah, get buying them, get using them and get loving them, because I do. I think they're fab. Okay guys, everything is on my blog. If you just click on the little description arrow below, it opens it all up, and in there is a link to my blog and everything else that will give you all the details. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.